What's going on, everybody? It's Virtual Handhelds 24. We're going to be looking at Crysis today, 3 Remastered. All my settings are low. This is not at 720, it's at 540 because it worked at 720, but it was kind of slow. And then I'll go over... I'm going to let it load. I'll go over the presets. They're not anything spectacular, but I will tell you this, that Proton 14 worked, but it crashed, so I had to go back to just regular DXVK or D3, D12, and that seemed to work, so I'll give it a minute. Alright, we're almost there. So someone was asking, or left a comment about like the Unisoc 8 or T820. So that's gonna be a tolerator. Maybe not for every game, and I got screenshots I took. Alright, hold on, let's see how this.
Let's do this quietly.
Okay, this is a little better. So we're just getting over 35 frames. But again, it's one of those games where you don't need you don't need a turnip or a custom driver. Gotta increase the crap out of that. That's better. And since I have the fan on, it's not warm at all. And I'm telling you, this thing is working right now. A bowl?
Invisible silent killing machine. Serious kit this. You like it? No. Well, that's because you haven't heard the good part. Carbon lasers map that boat to your nanosuit. It has enough kinetic energy to stop a rhino dead. With interchangeable heads, you can drop an explosive charge on any target. And best of all, you stay cloaked. You like it now? I'm coming around.
I'm coming around. That power kills me.
Now let's move out. Let's go.
And we're not going to use that.
Romeo 1, we've breached Foxtrot 4. Burnout prepped and ready, over.
So I'm sure a lot of you watch Mr. Sujano, and he reported on the Gamehub emulator yesterday. He did say that the GPU drivers, the Mali GPU drivers, will be coming to Gamehub soon. So the performance should only get better. And what's crazy too, I didn't think about it, but I'm gonna mess around with it more. Is that I have all the Mali GPU drivers, and in WinLater 10.1 you can install them. So as soon as I think like it's, you know, game over and it's just Gamehub, it's like, nope, going back to WinLater. Gotta have both.
Romeo 1, Romeo 2, burnout is complete. Over.
Wait, is there ammo here or something? Is that health or something? I need that. Nah. Oh, I got that.
Hurry up. Go on.
I'll find these things here.
Hack it remotely. Come on.
Okay. Deactivate that. Okay, I forgot how to. I know this is simple, but I forgot how to do it. Anyways, we're gonna stop there. And we'll go back to it real quick. Let's see if I need to log in. Oh, wait, no, I didn't want to do that. First, let's check our CPU temps. Oh, the app's not working now. I still gotta mess around with this app. This scene app is supposed to, you do like a combination of this scene and then Shikizu. I can't say it. You set them all up and then you get able to get access. But the Ambernick dude, like, it won't let me use the command prompt to get scene to work correctly. So therefore, every time I go to it, I have to go to the basic mode. I'm gonna have to work on that when I get more time. But we'll go here. Alright, we're going to change something real quick. So I did 960 by 540. Proton, you know, it's always going to choose this for Mali GPUs. I've noticed from testing, you know, 4 gigs RAM. This thing, you know, has 12, so it's, I guess, okay. And then I did normal. I advise for this game normal or slow. But what we're going to change is this. We're going to see if it'll work with the Proton one now, since we're in game and there's save states. Because performance is going to be poor if you don't choose Proton. And okay. So while that's loading up, hopefully, we'll just do some benchmarks here. Let me get rid of all those. So that's the Dimensity 8300. This is another Mali GPU, the Neo Pocket Air, and it has the Dimensity 1200. So it beats it by a huge margin, right? And the Dimensity 1200 is on par, just like maybe 1 point higher than the 865. So it's almost the same, except there's way more support for Snapdragon than there is. So that puts it in perspective. And then the Unisoc 820, like, it's gonna be really hard to get something going on it because it's just so much weaker. And the MediaTek 1200 it's rough too. So I'm going to probably do more stuff with these two devices, the Cube, the 406H, the Neo Pocket Air, probably with Winlater, because we can put in, we can install the Mali GPU drivers. versus just using the system driver. The Dimensity 8300 just has the raw power to force push stuff to get it to work. And I'll pause it because it's going to take a minute. Okay, so I was setting up one later while this was loading, and as you can see, I've already installed the RG557 MP9, which is supposed to work well with the Dimensity. Not sure, it didn't work on Gamehub obviously, but again, this could solve the situation. Obviously we're going to have to take those graphics down though, because you got to remember now this device, the Pocket Air, that was supposed to be like, you know, top of the line in Odin 2 competitor, was really an 865. You know, that it's a broke down 865 because it's Dimensity, not Snapdragon, so there's no support. However, the clocks can get pretty high, so let's see what happens. Load that up. That is the Resident Evil 2, the DirectX 11 version. I doubt it's gonna work, but oh, and this game crashed. So, alright, I'm not gonna do that again. That damn Proton just doesn't like it. So, if you want to play this game on your RG557, you will have to use this one, unfortunately. So it's kind of less performance. The last thing we could do is drop the res, because if we increase the performance it'll crash too. So we'll do the 800 by 600. Back out of it, load it up. I do like this device because, you know, it's comfortable, but it also has a back button, so I could just, once the game loads, go here and click full screen. So we'll have black bars on the top, but at least they'll get rid of them on the side. And let's see what happened here. Yep, failed to create. But that can also be fixed. So doing like two things at one time here. Let's see how it loaded up. Do this one. At least I can see my presets. See if it works then. Probably won't. So our frame rates are a little higher. This is just a loading screen, and it's going to take forever. Alright. So it didn't like that either. Oh. We could do 2 gigs. Maybe that will help. If I get it working, I'll show it off. If not today, tomorrow. But oh, it is in max mode, but phone fans turned on low. I mean, it's just going to involve me trying other things. I thought that would be the GPU driver. As you can see, I have a lot of them. We'll try the 8100. And then I really don't want to use this DXBK. Like, I just don't want to. Let's use 2.4.1. Let's play. It's still low anyways. Nope, it crashed. I'm excited for this stuff. Trust me, it is very time consuming. And I got a lot of things I gotta do on my days off, so it kind of sucks. But this is it's more time consuming than just loading a game up with certain settings and, you know, like either it's gonna work poorly, or you have an idea of how it's gonna work. With this, it's just like, it'll be hit or miss, but with Winlater,
I'm all alone here.
alright, yeah, I suggest, I'm just trying to see if the frames are going. It's better, I will say that. Movement's better. I'm not gonna do that thing with the thing. Just running around right now just to see. I mean, it's still a little slow though.
Come on.
But still cool. Alright, that's gonna be it for this video. When I get other games working, I'll let you guys know on here. Obviously, I'll post a video. But this fan definitely helps out, because this thing, when I was testing other things out without the fan on, was really getting hot. So there's a lot of raw performance in Gamehub now, but it is like, even with the fan going strong, it's not enough. I don't feel. And like, the game was crashing, but I think that was because of Proton. But nevertheless, I still wouldn't want my device heating up like that. So I am happy with the fan. If you guys are interested, all this was in Amazon. This was like 30 bucks. The rings are like a couple dollars, but you could get like the full thing, probably this size too. But then, you know, once you, let me take it apart. You know, if I wanted to sell this or take this off, it would be less to clean up. You know, it kind of ruins this part, maybe not, we'll see. But this is a lot easier to clean and get it back to the matte feeling versus having the whole thing covered. But this is, even though like there's like a little lip, it's not very much, but even though it's ice cold right here, it's kind of warm over here, but right over the CPU, ice cold. So you are going to get better performance with a little rinky-dink fan. I suggest white if you have the white model, because it just looks awesome. I wish it was centered, but again, the CPU is the one that needs it, so that's over here. Over here is not really going to do that much for it. And what's great too with just this device is that we do have intake vents down here. Amber Nick didn't put like a cutout here, which they probably should have, but they didn't. So it just works. I was going to put this on the A&EO Pocket Evo, but I'd have to cover some of the holes to get it close to the CPU, and I wasn't sure about that. So I still want airflow, but the A&EO still has, I'll show you guys, it still has vents down here, but you know, I would put it up right here so it would cover some of these holes. It'd probably be like that. I was thinking about doing it, but I was like, I really don't want to, like, this thing is almost as difficult as a Mali GPU, but not as bad, because it's still Snapdragon. I still love this thing to death, so I don't want to, like, you know, just start modding it, you know. But we'll see. Maybe I could do something to still put like some sort of adhesive metal or magnet, maybe on the inside. I was thinking, like, because I've taken this thing apart so many times, like, just put it, like, maybe cut it in half and put it right here. Be more than enough to get the thing to stick, and then it would be directly onto the plastic, and then you wouldn't, you know, even notice it. It'd be like a little bonus. The thing is, the way they made this, like, this is very, very tight. Like, I've taken it apart a bunch of times, like I said, and it's jam-packed in there. There's no space. So we'll see. It does get hot, but the fan is like a jet engine. I don't know if it absolutely needs it to sustain performance. Something like this definitely does. there's just that thing. Just because the ventilation is not the best. So I was like, this is perfect opportunity to use this. Gamehub works. I got put Winlet. I don't know if that's 10.1. I think that's 10.1 hotfix. I'm gonna start messing around with this too, putting those GPU drivers. If you guys are curious about the Mali GPU drivers, all you gotta do is just put in Google Mali GPU drivers, you know, secret console, and then go to Reddit, because that's where you'll find the link to get them all. And then you can get not only all the GPU drivers, you could get the correct secret console operation. This one, Uzui, and there's different versions. There's the Antutu, and there's the normal one, and then Eden 2. Even like there's been an update with Eden, but when here, we'll just go to this one. Even when you go here, like see, I got them installed. I go to fetch, and this is the RG is fairly new, right? The Dimensity 8300, it's just unsupported, and it tells you, so at least you know right there which Mali GPU driver you should be using, or try other ones by all means, but you can't really get them here, so that defeats the purpose. You could still install them like I did right there, but you gotta get the file. But you can definitely get the file either YouTube, just watch a video, I'm sure they'll put in the link, or on Google, and then go to Reddit, because you'll find the link with all the Mali GPU drivers that are available, and different forks of Uzui, which, like I said before, Uzui is really good. MMJRs, it's pretty sustainable. I just don't mess around with enough Switch stuff now, because I've always just going back and forth with later in Gamehub. But I'm going to try to get Uzui back in it, especially with this. It brings life into these devices that are just so difficult to use. So I am excited for that. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Take care.